They looked so surprised when bombs fell out the sky. Everyone realized the high price of their demise. When the birds flew by, you could hear the cries in their eyes. That was you that started all of those fires with all of those lies. Then with brainwashed pride, you tried to justify your homicide. I won't buy it. Percy wrote a book about it. You'll sell out history and commercialism. I can do without it. It's you that fell from grace with the power that you displaced. That should be you catching the case or replaced without any haste. Instead of trying to disgrace or debase the entire human race, erase the memory off your face. What a waste of humanity, astounding, surrounding, compounding the global economy. Read the book of Deuteronomy. What happens to you and me, revelation, eventually everlasting, leading to people's insanity. Have to get it off my chest. My best guess is post-traumatic stress under emotional duress. I confess it was more than a mess, nothing less than a test of the military faction from the west, cause nobody is blessed. You blow them up just to build them back up again. Should be a sin to call yourself a fucking American. No one wins or blends in. Stop the killing of women and children. How many bombs does it take to blow up a hospital building? While a fat politician chills safe in a big ass mansion, grinning about the money he's spending, pretending he's defending your rights as a citizen. I think I forgot to mention he's really not listening, drunken with power. Every hour after another hour, while one single cloud destroys every person and flower that tasted so sour. Trying to make them duck and cover and cower, turn them into powder under a nuclear shower. What?
Explosions in the dark signify the commencement of aerial assaults before political cleansing, perpetrating their righteous wrongs as we be steady dissing. Traditions that's been standing since Jesus was an infant. Now they tell us what they looking for is coming up missing. Oops, 2 princes dead and Saddam is in prison. Not to mention soldiers dying for a personal vengeance. Yeah, the man had it coming, you could just ask Clinton. If there ain't sufficient evidence, then why is we tripping? Cause there's a very fine line between fact and your opinion. That's why people think it's real when you bring up Katrina. How the levees were bombed just to save the French district, flooding the slums so they can bring in more tourists. Fuck the poor blacks, we can ship they ass to Houston. Since the booze and the crack was taking too long, they decided to wipe us out under the guise of a storm. Come on, now ask yourself if this was DC or New York. The military would have been there sooner than before. But since it was the dirty city at the bottom of the map, they left us high and wet without a fucking place to step.
You just don't get it, do you? Your traditions run right through you. Everything you ever knew was built by a different group. You want me to tell you the truth? Your forefathers murdered and martyred Europeans, Africans, Asians, and the Jews did it too. So do the Arabs and the terrorists. Everyone's different, your culture's like a vulture, so you're insignificant. It's magnificent the way you play a willing participant. You're just another contestant while they manifest the rest of it. Culture was founded on war, now we forgot what we're fighting for. We flip the channel like a whore, what's the score? Let's cut right to the core, shore to shore, from the ceiling to the floor. Paying attention's a chore, the rain starts to pour. In the new millennium who voted for people like Clinton and his cronies. They used to blow up factories that make aspirin for no apparent reason other than treacherous treason. It's the television season. They call it misinformation, their internet vocation. They lost the location of the media station. They're the ones that need probation. How about a vacation? They're retroactively destroying the whole of the nation without provocation. You should vacate the premises, otherwise become my nemesis. From Genesis to Exodus, everyone needs to hear this message that I'm bringing us. This is serious business. I'm just curious and furious about our repair status. Is there such thing as a good politician or president after all their judgment, or are they just glad where they went after we sadly elected them? Step aside while the rules get bent. What about Kent State and what about the Vietnam Now I'm conflicted on my ideas about society, bribery and reality. Everything around me is not for free. Why don't you join the army and be all you can be? And you can enter the fraternity, slaughter and butcher the enemy. When's the last time we had a war on our own land? And do you see any military bases on hand? I'm a fan of the band of the man expanding his plan, trying to take command with this legal contraband. You can capture Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein, but you cannot refrain from the disdain and the pain of our soldiers being slain in vain under a capitalistic reign. This is far from a game, nothing's changed, now it's still the same. We've always taken over others in the name of democracy. What a hypocrisy, like an autocracy. I can see between you and me, freedom really isn't free. Catch what I'm saying to thee, now when you die, you can die with some fucking dignity. Slur, I wouldn't, myself, nah.